Welcome to the pages of the Outdoor Journal. You'll join hosts Mike Johnson and Jeff Murray as they trek across North America in search of the finest in outdoor adventures. See nature's beauty and meet the unique folks who made each trip one that won't be forgotten.
You got that jig sharp yet?
Well, it is now.
You know what Noble says about how sharp a jig should be?
Now, what does Noble Carlson say?
Says a jig should draw blood by its own weight.
Okay.
Hey, not my arm. Do it on your arm.
What do you think I am, crazy?
Boy, Jeff, Noble really is 1 in a million.
1 in a million. Hey, try one of a kind. Mike, did I tell you that he's shot over 100 deer, and he's only 42 years old?
Wow.
And he shot every one of them by tracking. He gets on the track of a big deer, it's history.
No wonder Outdoor Life is running your national feature on him this summer.
Well, you know, he's actually 4 or 5 stories all wrapped up in one. Doesn't matter what he's fishing for or hunting. He's an expert at every field. Crappies, bluegills, steelhead, walleyes, lake trout even. You saw that.
I really was impressed with his lake trout bobbing techniques. We paid a little visit to the Sleeping Giant on the far north end of Lake Superior. Noel, where are we going fishing today?
Well, we'll be on the east end of outside of Thunder Bay.
Okay.
Out toward around Caribou Island in that area.
Okay. In the Thunder Bay, what ice conditions? Is it pretty thick out there?
That's real good yet. What you can see in the background there, they're breaking ice now for the shipping season, and probably about another 2 weeks you'll have ice.
You were telling me earlier that maybe the big ones are moving in now?
Yeah, it's about time of year now, and the water starts to warm up in the rivers, and you get a little flow now, so the trout should start moving in on the bottom for feeding, so hopefully we'll get some big fish today.
Okay. How long have you been fishing out here, Noel?
Just in the last 3 years we've been starting to fish up in this area.
Really fishing hard, okay. Well, let's go catch some fish.
Okay.
Good. Ooh, what a day.
Well, we had a great crew. Hey, there's Doug Massey. He drove all the way from Fargo, North Dakota just to see a lake trout come through the ice.
And he wasn't disappointed.
I like to use frozen bait for cutting better flippers. You know,
a little stiffer, you can work the knife a little better.
Do a nice job, and the shape of that flipper is really important sometimes too. If it's too ragged, you don't like to put some in.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, if they're biting, you know, a lake trout can be.
Yeah, then they're not so big.
Yeah. Can you look down in there? Look down in there.
Okay. Okay. Flippers kind of separate.
Look at that.
On the way up.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, I'm telling you.
I'm going to measure, see how much water we got here now, and see what... You better might have to give your hand, Dick. You got a dandy there. Oh, that's a dandy. That's about a 10-pounder.
He wouldn't come up with
Oh, that's a dandy.
Now, if I can get back across here.
Oh, I'm going to take her hooks away from her. That's it.
Wait a minute, that's what I wanted. This is a very specialized technique.
Oh, specialized.
It is. If you don't do it just right, you'll sit here and watch everybody else catch fish and maybe get a sunburn. And that's frustrating.
I really had to chuckle when I saw Noble using monofilament line and raising his pole all the way over his head.
Until you saw the results. You know, what you're looking at, Mike, is a refined technique that he's been working on, I bet you, over 30 years. And he's got it right down to a science.
Normally I got this light jig on. I wouldn't fish with my fingers with that heavier jig. I'd use the rod on it, but I went to a 1 ounce to see if that'll help any.
Fish on. Size to him?
He's probably about 2-3 pounds. It's about, maybe about like what Dick had there. Not a big one, but
Good eater.
yeah.
Well,
There you go. Here we go.
Nice.
Help with it.
look at that line. Where is it?
Watch
Look at
out,
that.
Jeff.
I got it. Whoa, hey, this is a good sized fish. Look at that line. Hey, what are you
Get out of
doing?
the way now.
Move over. I gotta come in here too and help out.
It is a nice fish.
You gotta pull her up.
No, go ahead. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just messing.
Yeah, he let you out. He won't let me out. I've been really good all day.
Dandy fish.
Oh, she's tugging pretty good.
Don't lose it, whatever you do. I've seen you lose so many of these fish, Noble. I gotta coach you all the way.
3-ounce jig you got on there.
Yeah, I went to 3 ounce because
Yeah, he gets us all to use
Oh, he's
1
a
ounce, and then
dandy.
he goes and gets a 3.
He's a dandy. Look at him.
Whoa, look at him.
Oh, wow!
Oh, nice fish. Look at that. That's a dandy.
Wow.
You got a lamprey
That's a
mark
good
on one
looking
side there.
lake
Do you
trout.
see that?
Yeah, he's got 2 lamprey marks. Mike, I got to tell you a little story about Noble.
What's that?
Well, I'd say about a month before we were up here, we had these guys that kept getting closer and closer to us. The more we caught fish, the closer they moved in on us. And I'm telling you, we got our limit, and we decided that we were going to come back and try it again. The fishing was just so great. And we walked off the ice, and Noble says, you watch, those birds are going to try and take our holes. And I was really concerned about it. Sure enough, we got there the next morning, and they did. You know what we did?
What's that?
Well, Noble drilled a hole about a gentleman's distance away. He checked the current, he dropped some cut bait down, and we ended up fishing down current from them. And we let their bait draw the lake trout in, and it worked like a charm. Those guys never caught another fish. It was great.
Yeah.
Oh, he is tricky. Well, I don't know, Nobes. This wind is really shifting. I think we're gonna get some snow coming in here.
Yeah, probably would be pretty good if we can get a little bit of different change in the weather now, and maybe some of the fish will start hitting and get a little more action. Oh, there's
Oh, we got one going. All right. Woo, woo, woo. Hey, that one's fighting pretty good.
What is it, a meal
What?
pot?
no, it feels
Is that a eel pop?
I bet you it's a meal
it
pot.
feels halfway decent. Not too bad of a fish.
How many pounds?
And he's over 4.
Come up to the hole.
Woo, woo, woo. There's a nice
All
one.
right.
Look at that.
Wow. Look how fat he is.
That's going to be a good eater.
Yeah, that'll be
We'll have to boil that one.
pretty fat.
Really got to keep a sharp eye on the weather on Lake Superior.
When that ice started cracking, it sure got my attention in a hurry.
That wind's blowing about 35, 40 miles an hour right now, and we get a foot of snow or something. Maybe we should pack it up and get out of here.
Yeah, that's what I
That
think.
ice starts moving.
Yeah, that would be the best bet, I think.
Okay, well, let's wrap her up. We had a nice day. We'll just have to come back another time.
Okay, that sounds good.
Thanks, Noel.
You know, Mike, I found those Canadian shield walleyes to be just as much fun and easy to catch in the winter as they are in the summer.
Especially with Noble along.
All right.
And it's just as pretty in the wintertime as it is the summer.
Look at that.
bite, Nobes. There he goes.
You know, Noble and his wife Bonnie, they have such a great time together.
And Bonnie's usually the first one to catch a fish.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Just got it sitting in the hole there.
Okay, let's try and see.
So try it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep, it's there. Oh, it's not too big, but it's nice. Oh, he really swallowed it.
That's nice. That ain't a bad fish at all.
The pliers. Oh, I'm getting a bite. Just takes it down a little ways, not all right. Got it. Doesn't feel too big. Oh, you don't want to fuck. Oh, it's caught on the gill. He doesn't want to open it at all.
Spores to settle here. Come here, I want to show you something. I got this new tip up here, and I think they're really slick. I know you got another system here, but this is the way we do it. I just got a little scent depository there. I put some scent on there, and I hooked these minnows the way you told me to. And I think that's, they really are lively. I like that idea. If I can get those guys to go down, look at them. Anyway, I'll show you how this thing works. It's really slick.
That won't freeze up even if fish hits it up above you. It's
No,
in the water.
that's the beauty of it. It will not freeze up. See, it's all plastic and it's internally permanently greased, lubricated, and it stays, of course. Now this thing goes right down below the water. I'll put the tip this way.
Yeah.
And no matter what happens, and it's got basically 4 settings. It's got a little groove here, so when the fish hits it, there's a little bit of a resistance to it. And so, if you got like a northern or something, that's what I'd use. And some of those temperamental trout, like we got up here in your country, like splake and brookies, maybe this side would be a little better. Cause see look at this, it barely has to
What
touch
about
it.
when you're pulling on? Do you try when you're pulling down below? Does it seem to
Here, I'll show
release
ya.
real easy then, or?
Okay,
Oh yeah.
now we'll try the groove side. It's called a polar tip-up. See, there's a little bit more resistance to it.
Yeah.
Gee, it won't stay on. And then you can reverse it too. You can go the other way, like this. And then that's a little bit more resistant than the other side because it goes uphill, see?
Yeah, I can see what.
But I like this side right here. For your finicky fish, I'll try that. Gee, it even tips when you set it down.
Maybe you got a fish on it.
Mike, you gotta catch this homespun rig that Noble's concocted. It's so slick, and I can't believe how simple it is and why I haven't thought about it before.
If you're going fishing and you forget your tip-ups like you have there, and all your gear, this here will work real good, especially on cold days. You can see where I hooked that minnow under the
Yeah, now I noticed you
back
hooked it
end there?
below the backbone,
Yeah.
and most people hook it above the backbone and just below the dorsal fin. What's the difference here?
That gives it more action. It's a lot better than the other way of hooking them by the back. And they
I can
don't
see
die
that.
as easy that way neither.
And I can see that. He's really struggling a lot more to keep his equilibrium.
What I've got there is just like your regular bobber system with a weight on there. But then I put a weight between where your slack line is. Okay, when I drop this down now, this will pull the bobber under. Just a ways. That went down a couple inches. If you want it to go a little bit less, just pull it up just a ways. And this won't tangle with your minnow or your line. That way, if your skim ice freezes, you can leave your skim ice on there and you can still see it down there if you got a bite. But you got to check your hole more often this way. That's a nice one.
Mike, I got one going here. How long did you give him to take it? Well, I'm gonna take it out. I got him. No! Not the biggest, but healthy. Nice little male. Gee,
Okay, I got another one on.
another one?
Yeah.
Is he on?
Yeah, he's on.
Yeah, it's another fall hook too. Ah.
Oh, supper, huh?
Hey, yeah, right away you're chiming in on supper here. Now, this is our fish.
Hey,
You can have one fillet, I get the
it
other.
all goes in the pot.
Yeah, your pot.
Let's put them on. Get them on the stringer.
Boy, those are nice looking walleyes. Say, Jeff, how do those fish get hooked if you don't get to them right away?
Listen up. So Noble, you're saying if you're busy playing another fish, or let's say you don't get to this quick enough, with this 4-foot lead, drop that down, and the way the stick is positioned over the hole, the fish isn't going to go anywhere. You'll still be here.
You'll
It's
set
not
the-
going to break the...
Unless he's biting real light, then you have problems with even your tip-ups then.
Yeah, that's true.
When they're feeding halfway decent, this here will hook them. They'll swallow it down. There's plenty of slack because the fish will only run, he'll go down just about 1.5 feet and then he'll stop there and he'll swallow the minnows and he takes that second run. And when he feels the tension on this, he kind of gives an extra thrust and it usually sets a hook just about all the time. It's a real good setup for that.
Oh, that's really slick. Huh.
I'm going to stick another minnow on there so you got two.
You like to use 2 minutes sometimes?
Yeah, 2 minnows works a lot better for walleyes and mostly all the other fish. It seems like when they see 2 minnows on there and when they grab them, they're trying to get both of them at the same time, so it seems like they get a little hoggish and it seems to work a lot better.
Huh. Same way. Well, I'll be darned. Look at those guys go.
We got a good action on there.
Yeah, and they work against each other too, I suppose.
Yeah, they'll pull back and forth, and it's a better attractor down there, especially for these walleyes. It works a lot better.
Oh, got one here. Hey, Jeff, take a look at this one.
What do you got?
I got a nice walleye. Good eater.
Hey, not bad.
You got one too, you buzzard.
Well, I don't want to broadcast it. Some people might want to come in here and get in our nice little hot spot.
You buzzard. You snuck that in there without even saying anything.
I got them at the exact same time you got yours.
Is that right? There
Yeah.
must be some
In
coming
fact,
in.
that's why I didn't say too much.
Okay, let's get our money back.
All right. Hey, Nobes, I gotta get one of your secret jigs there. I lost the last one you gave me.
Well, I don't have my secret ones with me today.
Well, what was that then? You rascal.
Well, maybe after a while I'll give you one to use.
Yeah, after you get a mess of them on there, then you're gonna tease me with it again.
Well, you're always running competition with me, and that's what you gotta, price you gotta pay.
Boy, this looks cozy in here.
Well, it's real nice. It's nice
Well-
and warm. I know that. Even today it's not a real warm day, but it's fairly decent now. But it sure takes the chill off when you
Yeah,
sit
it does.
inside there, and then the hole didn't freeze up neither at all.
That's what I like about it. You can jig without having to keep skimming the ice off your hole.
Ho, ho. Let him have it a minute. Yeah.
You got it going there, Mike.
I got one going here.
Any size?
I don't know. It's nicer than the ones I got earlier.
Great.
Oh, you don't want to come in the hole, though. I think it's a walleye. Yeah, look at. Oh.
I gotta see this.
You gotta get his head in here.
Oh, let's see. Whoa!
Whoa, he swallowed that baby all the way down. Look at that. That is nice. Walleye.
Nice fish, that is.
Swallowed that baby all the way down.
Boy, those are about the perfect eating size.
You got a pair of needle nose?
Somewhere I got one. You gotta go find it, because I'm gonna go get them, because they're gonna start to hit.
I'm definitely gonna need a pair of needle-ons. That's a good eater.
How are you doing over there?
2 more, you're done.
Hey, that's right. They're all chunky, too.
Well, we're gonna eat good tonight anyway.
You want to come over here in my hot hole in my hot tent?
You know, Noble really has a lot of tricks and secrets, doesn't he?
And for every one that he's shown us, he's got a dozen more just like it.